Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk.
What's up? Big Herc 916 getting down with fresh out Prison Talk. Yeah, man, people in California are fed up with the crime, but they still ain't doing nothing. They just can watch. See, out in Arizona, you come out of somebody's house with a safe during the broad daylight with a mask on, you're going to get knocked down. They're going to knock your head off. Knock your head off. But in California, they just watch. They watch and film. And this guy right here, he watched and filmed, but he followed. And they were able to make an arrest. Check it out.
They were sitting there and they watched two African Americans come out of the house with, hoods and covered up, holding what appeared to be 2 to 3 safes. They opened the trunk of the Mercedes, dumped the safes into the trunk, and then took off. And that's when the Tesla followed them because they knew something was up. They thought it was suspicious from the get-go anyway. They had covered up their license plate in the black four-door S-Class with a black cover over the license plate, so there was no way to get a license plate on that. Black Mercedes four-door comes flying down the road at a very high excessive speed. We put our hands up in the air like, what are you doing? Looked like he was going to make a U-turn to come back to us. That's what we thought. But there was a Tesla that had apparently seen what had happened, was chasing him. He made a U-turn and apparently tried to maybe go after the Tesla, but he actually hit a white Prius. Bounced off the Prius. At that point, his driver's side front wheel just folded. And he literally took off full speed, skidding with the tire, made a left turn, tire track all the way down and around. I was still on with 911 at that point. For me, without getting too crazy involved, it's just principle at this point. Like, this stuff can't keep happening and they have to be, caught. Consequences have to be had. I'm just hoping that the people from the house were not there.
Yeah, man.
Safe.
So Tesla,
Tesla
caught it on camera and was able to keep a safe distance, but enough to follow and catch these guys making a mistake. People are like, oh man, when you talking about these guys, showing these guys you're happy. I'm like, dude, do you not want to live in a safe environment? Imagine, you got nice stuff in your house, raising your kids, and you look outside and you see your neighbor's house being knocked down by some guys with masks, broad daylight, and you know this guy, you just pull your camera out and film, and when he comes home, you say, hey, I called 911, but they left before they got here, but I got it on camera. He's looking at you like, dude, you're in Arizona. You should have drawn down. You should have busted their head. That's the difference. California, you can't protect yourself. California, you're supposed to turn the cheek. California, you're supposed to bend over and let them do their thing to you and your family. It's sad. It's sad, man. And I'm speaking as an ex-criminal. And I'll tell you right now, yeah, you got to go to prison. Maybe that's what you need to wake you up. It woke my ass up, snapped me out of my trance. I had to pay my dues. You get knocked down and go sit down for a decade, maybe that'll take the robbery out of you, the thievery, the stealing. It'll take you out. You got to go pay your dues, man. You guys think it's a joke. And then you're like, oh, he's not a bad kid. Well, look, man, I wasn't a bad kid either, but I did some bad shit, and I had to go to prison for it. Whenever I got arrested, was no bail. I was doing time. Every time I had cuffs put on me, I did time. These dudes get in there, get out, get probation, do the same shit. There's no life lessons, man. These guys don't learn. They don't learn. They just keep going. And whether you want to hear it or not, well, there ought to be alternatives. What alternative do you suggest for a guy who has gotten out back to back or doesn't understand that if something don't belong to him, he don't take it? Some people they don't learn otherwise. And I'm not saying in jail you learn, but sometimes you got to sit down, man, and think about your actions, and maybe that'll give you reflection. I don't see any of these guys trying to go to counseling to think like, hey, man, I got a problem. I feel like I got to commit crime, blah, blah, blah. And it ain't like these guys are needing to steal to what they're running an operation. Mercedes, these guys are in Alfa Romeos, they're in, Hellcats, Dodge. I mean, these guys, it's a different level of criminal. And I'm just saying, we had a Lincoln Navigator. So I didn't have to go do it, but I did some dumb shit and I had to pay for it. It's accountability, man. It's accountability. People don't want to hear it. They don't want to, oh man, well, some of you guys, and as long as you're not getting caught, you think it's cool. But when you get caught, don't cry. When you get the time, don't cry. And people are like, well, he shouldn't get. Well, you're stealing from people, bro. Like me, like stealing. I had to go do the time. I don't want to do a decade, but that was the time. And you guys got multiple, so you might have to do multiple. The only thing that's saving you is that California, they are giving you guys breaks, but some of you guys, might be up under the third strike. You got to think, bro. You got to think, man. I mean, is it really worth it? And then if somebody did knock you down, would you be like, oh man, why'd you knock me down? Well, dude, you're stealing. You steal from somebody, they should be able to knock you down. Oh, then don't steal my shit. People work hard, man. People, their safety. And it's just sad that California has came to this. There used to be areas that were sacred, But now criminals are like, why should we should go all up in the rich people hood. They go steal from them. And they think it's like taking from the rich makes it right, or make from a nicer neighborhood is cool. They're not gonna miss it, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, dude, street people, if you think that's cool from the street, whatever, I've been there, had a mentality similar to that, and I realized I was on some asinine shit. It's a stupid mentality, man. You can't take it from anybody. It's not right. I took from a federally insured institution. It wasn't right. I had to go do my time. I would never do that. I would never entertain that with the mindset I have now. But the mindset I had was a really gritty street mentality. And it was like, whatever, I was willing to deal with the consequences. So I imagined. And then I had to go do the time, and I had to do it. So it was reality. Once I got caught, you got to do the time. Ain't no way getting out of it. It's on camera, everything. And a lot of you guys are on camera, and you don't want to hear it. But I'm just telling you, hopefully this, resonates with some people. Some of you guys be like, oh, man, now you're trying to act like you're so self-righteous. I'm not trying to be anything, bro. I'm just telling you reality because I wasted time. I'm not trying to be self-righteous. You waste time, you get arrested. You could be doing other shit. I wasted a lot of time sitting in prison, stress. I couldn't even relax. I didn't want to draw in there. I'm drawing all this stuff, painting and stuff behind me. I didn't want to do none of it. I'm locked up. I can't focus on just relaxing in jail. There's no relaxing. I don't want to watch sports and play dominoes and sit around. Man, I was stressed the hell out, bro. I hated it. Dudes get in there, act like it's a reunion, kicking it. I mean, dude, if you ain't got, I guess if you don't have nothing on the streets, then I mean, it's a vacation for you. But I felt every day I was missing out. And I wasn't able to be myself because I had to be an animal in prison to a degree to survive. And it was horrible. So, I mean, I'm just sharing with you guys. You could take it whatever, I look at people, man, it's sad that you can't enjoy your shit. And like I said, I'm not saying if you're in a poor neighborhood, you should be getting robbed. But the fact that, it's just everywhere now. There's no safe places, man. Encino, Woodland Hills, you got people getting, they were hitting people in Orange County. It's just until these guys really get their head knocked down, they're not going to stop, man. It has to send a message to the streets that it's not cool to steal anymore or to rob people or to do these things. But right now, it's a green light out there. And, hey, man, it is what it is. I'm just sharing the videos I see. And I like I said, this is one of the things that, to me, is a negative with California because it doesn't matter, rich or poor. The celebrities getting hit. Brad Pitt house got hit while he was on tour for his movie. They don't care, bro. They're hitting everybody. So leave a comment, share the channel. Let me know what you guys think. And all I'm saying is there's got to be some accountability. I'm not trying to scream victim for myself. I did my time, bro. I could have been upset, but I had to go do it, and I came out a better person. And that was my choice. I could have been in there planning and plotting and getting out and doing the same stupid shit, but I'm doing Fresh Out and I'm doing Big Herc 916. So I'm trying to change young people out there so they don't follow in my footsteps. Take it as you want. Big Herc 916 Prison Talk.